like to make it here, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no ice. And all we want is chips, ring fingers looking ice. My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning. Yeah, I did it. But it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. It's the whole team. Share it with the whole team. Congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we
Today, from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, it's week 4 of the NFL.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Here's Steven Sims on the return from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They run with a big man in his 7th season. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
From the 29, Mills. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Laviska Shenault, here's a name that a lot of teams league-wide have kept eyes on. Flown a bit under the radar through his first 2 seasons, but he has produced 600 yards in each as a target eater. Not hard to see why the league remains high on him, especially when he makes catches like that.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Again, it's Mills. To Boyle here over the middle. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
I'm about to say something that seems really obvious, but you hate to see your kicker miss on the opening drive because now you're starting to wonder what goes through his head. Is that going to affect him the rest of the game? Is he going to be able to bounce back? You want to show confidence later? What's going to go on with him right out of the gate with a miss?
Yeah, chance to grab the 3-0 lead here at home. Instead, we remain scoreless. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expecting to make a run and not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The Jets at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener, got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
They'll run it again with Barkley. Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Carr on the bootleg. On the move to his left. Locates Ertz going across the middle. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
On 3rd down, Barkley. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Here's Sims now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Mills on first down. And going right back to Pittman. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here's Mills. And that is incomplete here.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Mills to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of it.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Got it inside the 10. Still not a first yet. And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not.
All right, Mr. Fantasy Champion, we just saw him fake a field goal. And the kicker has the opportunity to throw a pass. He completed it, but not for a first down. Does anyone get any points for that?
No, he just gets some pride going back to the sideline saying he completed a pass as the kicker. But the big thing here is they didn't get enough for the first. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Here is Michael Pittman and the rest of this offense getting set for the upcoming drive. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And the all-pro safety Buda Baker in on the tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Mills now on second down. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Jets are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Lebanon defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll go to Barkley again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Into the red zone, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. A handoff, Barkley running left. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And Barkley will try to punch it in. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Saquon Barkley as the first half is winding down. And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge?
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here are the Jets now to take over. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati. So now trying to make amends. Second half begins with a run from Barkley, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 29, Carr. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Play action now, Mills. That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Touchdown! Laviska Shenault, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Barkley. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 161 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Up the middle with Barkley. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
First down, Mills. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Michael Pittman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
But, partner, the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over. They're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. He needed less than a foot. He didn't get a whole lot more than that, but he did get the first down.
Well, he and his offensive line created enough push where if he was able to just fall forward as he was able to there, that would pick up the first down. As you noted, didn't need a whole lot, didn't get much more than that.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Here's Carr to throw. He dumps this one off to Jackson, the running back. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They run on first down with Jackson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They'll run again with Jackson. And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. On third down, this is Jackson. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Caught by Cobb. Touchdown, Jets. Randall Cobb. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You're talking about those punches and counter-punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mills now from the 50. The toss here completed to Pittman. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 29-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Complete. Smith has it. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A first down throw for Mills. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Aaron Donald in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Throwing, Mills. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. And it's gonna be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are gonna get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll stay on the ground. Ballage again. And he'll have a Jets first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. The Jets, with victory seemingly in hand, they take a knee. Down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Jets, it'll be a 500 start as the win